Hey, what's happening everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Today we're going to go ahead and listen to Robyn Hitchcock. I don't believe I've ever heard of him, but we're going to listen to Robyn Hitchcock and the Egyptians. We're going to listen to this track Autumn Sea, which is off the album Queen Elvis, which was released in 1989. Had to find it. It took me a second to find it. Alright, so this track was recommended and suggested to me by S. Colin Tuck, who said that this was his favorite song. And then also I had saw that David Emery, you had also gotten on the bandwagon for this track. And this was also recommended by TMRNBN. So thank you guys for the recommendation. Even though, like I said, S. Colin Tuck, you're the spearhead. You're at the forefront and the front line of this particular recommendation. So thank you for that. And for once, I never, such a random aside, I never really wear like normal clothes when I'm like recording because I'm just in the comfort of my home. But I'm about to go out. So like for once, I'm actually like, you know, kind of normal, like wearing jeans and stuff like that. Like I actually look normal and like ready to go out. Besides the hat, which will change. But I like to have a hat on because I don't like to have my pretty much bald head out there. Anyways, let's go ahead and listen to the track. We'll talk about it a little bit after. Here we go. Autumn Sea.
Somewhere in the autumn sea, the kind of love you are to me, I stole from a very special friend, so the friendship had to end. And how you can't kill relationships, watch them drown like sinking ships around you. But to live is to betray every second, every day. I can smell you everywhere beside me. Though your face has disappeared, finally I know I care for you. As the leaf falls in the sea, slips the sand of memory inside me. Rows of lights flash off and on. Finally I see you've gone. It's true. What can I do?
Morgan just snuck in there.
Hunting? No, I think it's a perfectly beastly sport. Quipped Frobisher as they leaned on the mantelpiece over the crisp autumn fire. Fanshawe felt his calves warming pleasantly as the brandy seeped below his waist, knotting slightly over the abdomen, some of it passing back up through the spine, causing a small trickle of the otherwise pleasing brown fluid to shoot from the fontanelle at the top of his head, which landed on top of the other guy's head. I've forgotten his name now. Oh, anyway, he got covered in it. Oh, what's this? Oh, some kind of fluid, said Fanshawe. Fluid? Oh, that's the tops.
Somewhere in the autumn sky, cross my heart and swear to die. I chose you. Rails burning everywhere, sulfur fingers in the air. I scream. Brambles swarm around the fence, everything in deep suspense. I froze you. But it's your point of view. I am just somebody who is into your dream.
I like that transition on the end of the verses there.
No, they use them for clothes pegs, you know, continued Fanshawe, somewhat more drolly. Really, said Butterworth, who was feeling rather left out of the conversation. Oh yes, that's right, you know, they picked them up in Siberia and bring them over. Siberia! Interjected the fellow whose name I still can't remember. Topping place! Went there once. Found another moustache. One of the Ruskies had it. Took it home, don't you know? Showed the little lady. me for another woman. Run things left. And women. He was left alone. There was no one there, not even a woman, just the fireplace and its ever-swelling chins. As the brandy began to take lethal effect, Fanshaw, or was it Butterworth, or was it the other guy whose name I can't remember, found himself slowly turning into some kind of helpless, diseased houseplant, as he watched his future and his past gradually become interchangeable, like a highway surrounding a drunken man that begins to spin. He looked up above him, even the angels were asleep. It was one of those nights.
I'm trying to follow the story.
October.
Okay, I was really trying to follow the lyrics in that spoken word section, which came twice, which was talking about these two gentlemen having a drink, and I was trying to follow what was going on there. I'm gonna have to dive a little bit deeper into that. Musically, it does have, I'm assuming, don't quote me, I'm assuming that Robyn Hitchcock is English, and I like how his accent comes through. I always say this, but I like when a person's accent from wherever they're from actually comes through into the music. It just adds to me some authenticity, and it kind of adds, where they are or where they're from and who they are and everything. Robyn Hitchcock, I'm looking at his particular Wikipedia page, is an English singer-songwriter and guitarist. There you go. Born in Paddington, London, in England. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was right on that. The music plays to me in a similar style, not exactly, but in a similar style of like a band like the Smiths, where it kind of plays into that melancholy kind of tone. Here you especially have that with the guitar and the bass, and even the way he sings. There's an air of somberness in the air, and it does sound like autumn, so it does perfectly depict and capture the season in which it's named after, which I really like. And I do like Robyn Hitchcock's voice. I like the way he sings. I like his delivery. I like especially how his accent lends into the spoken word section when he's kind of just narrating. It works really well. I'm not quite sure what's happening in the lyrics, but there is one way to find out, and I'm not reading every single thing. Somewhere in the autumn sea, the kind of love you are to me. I stole you from a very special friend, so the friendship had to end. And how you can't cure relationships, watching them drown like sinking ships around you. But to live is to betray every second, every day. Oh wow, here comes the now. Like, here comes the consequence of my action, because apparently he stole his friend's girl, basically. Somewhere in the autumn sea, I can smell you everywhere beside me. Though your face has disappeared, finally I know I cared for you. As the leaf falls in the sea, slips the sand of memory inside me. Rows of lights flash off and on. Finally, I see you've gone. It's true. What can I do? So, like, has he been betrayed as well in turn? And then we get into the first spoken word section, which depicts a conversation. Hunting. No, I think it's perfect. It's a perfectly beastly sport, quipped Frobisher as they lean out over the mantelpiece, all over the crisp autumn fire. Featherstone felt his calves warming pleasantly as the brandy seeped below his waist, nodding slightly over his abdomen, suddenly passing up through the spine, causing a small trickle of otherwise pleasing brown fluid to shoot from the fontanelle of the top of his head, which landed on top of the other guy's head. I've forgotten his name now. Anyway, he got covered in it. What's this? Some kind of fluid, said Featherstone. Fluid? Oh, that's the tops. Okay, so we're depicting him drinking and, starts at your head. Now he's feeling it down below. He feels the liquid and, of course, the drink going down his stomach and blah, blah, blah. At first, I thought he was maybe urinating on himself, but I think he's just feeling the brandy going down. Somewhere in the autumn sky, cross my heart and swear to die, I chose you. Trails burning everywhere, sulfur fingers in the air, I scream. Brambles swarm around the fence, everything in deep suspense. I froze you out, but it's your point of view. I am just somebody who has been into your dream. I feel like this is like he stole this person's partner, but now he's losing the person that he stole. Like, it seems like it's just a relationship going wrong in many ways. In the final spoken word section, no, they use them for clothes pegs, continued Featherstone, somewhat more droll. Really, said Butterworth, who was feeling rather left out of the conversation. Oh, yes, that's right, they pick them up in Siberia and bring them over. Siberia, interjected the fellow whose name I still can't remember. Topping place, went there once, found a little mustache. One of the Ruskies had it, wahaha, took it home, don't you know? Showed the little lady, she put it on, left me for another woman. Okay, so this is like where it's revealed, right? She left me for another woman. Rum things, lefts and women. He was left alone. There was no one there, not even a woman, just the fireplace and his ever-swelling chins. As the brandy began taking lethal effect, Featherstone, or what is it, Butterworth? Or was it the other guy whose name I can't remember? Found himself slowly turning into some kind of helpless diseased houseplant as he watched his future and his past gradually become interchangeable. Like a highway surrounding a drunken man that begins to spin, he looked up above him. Even the angels were asleep. It was one of those nights. I guess I did end up reading it all, huh? So this is what I think is happening. We have a group of, I guess, 4 people. Our protagonist and these 3 other people. And our protagonist stole the woman of one of these guys. I think it's of Featherstone. And they're all there drinking. Featherstone's getting drunk. And he's getting drunk because he's so distraught over losing his woman. And he doesn't know that it was his friend that betrayed him. And so our protagonist, that friend, is just watching Featherstone kind of like drinking himself to death, basically. And thinking like to himself like, ooh, that's my fault. But still doesn't want to say anything. Listen, I think I'm pretty close. Don't quote me, but I think I'm at least 80% of the way there on that one. Anyways, that was a good song. Thank you, S. Colin, for the recommendation. Let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments down below. Follow me over on Twitter, support the channel on Patreon. Thank you as always for being here, for supporting the channel, and for watching. And have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. Bye.